It is General Greene, and I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day out there. Just got a big workout in. I'm checking on our brand new beachfront condo that we just closed on. Just paid $3 million cash on the beach. Kapalua, Booyah. This is property number 3, ladies and gentlemen, and it is sick. But before I went in and checked on the place, we've got this in our rental. Pools, we third-party Airbnb as managers, all the properties for cash flows for all of our investors outside of the banks with no bank debt, with high capital appreciation potential. In addition to that, of course, islandproject.com is tokenizing the entire $33.5 million no bank debt portfolio and putting this and many other properties like it, 10 to 12, on our proprietary blockchain, 1000X. To learn more about that, contact my father, Papa John, at 808-442-2934, and or fund your first 30, 100, 250, maybe 1,000 units today. Become the Diamond Nuts baller at islandproject.com. See if you qualify and read our terms. But let's talk about Bitcoin because, again, defying the haters once again, Bitcoin crushes above 70K. It is well on its way to a new all-time record high. Probably going to see about 83, 85K. Then it's going to soar to 100K. Then it's going to crush. You're going to see the general retail public that always gets it wrong FOMO in probably around 150 grand. So I want you to keep this in mind. We're still at double before the average bear retail, which is the dumb money, gets into Bitcoin. And that's just the honest to gosh truth. And this is why I educate you guys. I teach about Bitcoin. I've got the #1 program in the world with hundreds of thousands of students worldwide at bitcoinrich.com. I launched that nearly a decade ago. And for the last 10 years, almost everybody, and I'm not kidding you, almost everybody told me Bitcoin was going to go to zero. But instead of that happening, I'm closing on my third no bank debt, multi-million-dollar islandproject.com property right on the beach. How about them apples? Again, guys, it's not about ego. It's not about saying, I told you so. It's just facts. We have to understand the facts that the majority were wrong, that the inside bankster class, the BlackRocks of the world that don't like you, we're lying to you, like I told you. People like Warren Buffett don't like you, and we're lying to you. People like Charlie Munger don't like you, and we're lying to you. That's why he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Charlie Munger. You won't even be alive to see Bitcoin crush 100K, which is what I always said. Again, this was a heist and an intentionally designed collapse of the US dollar. 100%. 100%. So I have been buying more crypto in recent days, as you know, especially if you're a member at my school. I've been buying a lot more Tezos until I Bezos, XTZ. I've been buying a lot more real estate, real assets. I've actually even been buying a lot more Jeeps. Kind of see here, I'm in my lifted Gladiator 4x4. This is one of 13 all paid for Jeeps, which serve, of course, islandproject.com. This one I just lifted, put a massive lift on it. Amazing vehicle. I was talking to my buddy too. He says there's an easy way for us to get EMP ready. You can actually basically rig all your vehicles in addition to owning older Jeeps, for example, but rigging them for an EMP potentially, like with an EMS shield. I think that's pretty cool, actually. That was just something I was talking about yesterday. So again, the proof is in the pudding, and I put my money where my mouth is. People always ask me, Christopher, what's your #1 investment? This, islandproject.com, right here. That's my #1 investment. After making millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, defying all expectations and being proven right, my team, along with all of you beautiful members out there, all of our beautiful member investors from 12 nation states worldwide, have now got in and fractionally own all of our properties along with us, along with myself, Papa John, our amazing team of consultants, a lot of people that you've never met behind the scenes that are working on behalf of Island Project, and all of our amazing members. Now, here's what's dope. All of my members are not only true 100% equity owners of this and our 5-acre estate, which is on a farm, by the way. Many people are like, Christopher, buy the farm. We did. Our 5-acre estate in Maui, Maui Booyah, in Kanapali Booyah, right on the beach, right there. It's like 2 minutes. You're down by the beach. We bought a $2.2 million Waikiki Booyah condo, owned outright, no bank debt, 5,500 square foot spec home I'm building and breaking ground on as we speak, in addition to property number Quattro. Then Park City, then internationalization, and then later in 2024, full-blown blockchain launch, 1000X. All my members that get in at the 30 units will be rich, will go 1000X. It's very simple math. A simple $30,000 investment, even if it just goes a measly 30X, makes you a millionaire in islandproject.com because you're a founder. So you must understand this. You're a founder when you get into islandproject.com. You are a part of essentially our Robinhood venture capital. Like, you can't really get into an IPO as a regular person. You guys do know that, right? You need to know someone at Goldman Sachs or Merrill Lynch, or you need to have a friend who's very, very rich, or you have to be an accredited investor. The average person, and this is very unfortunate, and I don't believe they want you to get rich. This is why they have all these rules and regulations. The average person can't get in as a VC guy. Now, I can. It's easy for me. I'm an accredited investor. I've got money. I've got proof of assets. So I get access to IPOs if I want them. If I want to buy Coinbase at the IPO, I just call my broker and he hooks me up, but not the average man. Now, call me Robinhood, call me the Digital Arcs Noah, but I think there's something tremendously wrong about that. I find it tremendously wrong that the average human being who's being wiped out in the United States of America, who can't afford real estate, can't afford real assets anymore, and can't get into the best investments in the world, well, I'm sorry, I got a problem with that. Because God has blessed me. He's given me the gift of all these resources and tools, and so I'm hooking you up. The general at islandproject.com designed this portfolio on your behalf to reward all of you tuning in. So I'm very, very bullish. It's obvious what's happening next. We had the tragic events in Russia. By the way, follow me on Rumble. I'm putting a lot of my controversial videos up there because, well, some of my content's too hot for the cucks, if you know what I mean. So go over to Rumble, check that out. It's got all my archive there as well. And it's a lot more free where I can actually say what I want to say. But my point being, that's a terrible event. And Putin's he's on the trigger right now, guys. He's on the trigger. Did you see those really bad people rolled in wheelchairs to court? The ones that just smoked 140 people in Russia? Yeah, this guy ain't playing softball. Okay, he's pissed off. He's pissed off. So this is a very, very dangerous time. Of course, to be an American, it's a very, very dangerous time, in particular to be a European, because that's where I think the major event is going to be. Also, we got an announcement that Russia is cutting all oil production. They're doing that as well as a part to meet their OPEC plus goals, I believe it is. That's putting more hyperinflationary pressure on oil. So we literally have the perfect storm. Like, you're living through the apocalypse. You do realize this. You'll never own anything. You'll never own anything unless you join us. And this is the 100% truth. That's why I built islandproject.com. You'll never be able to afford this, because this condo, beachfront, that I just closed on, along with you, my amazing members, will be worth $5 million in 12 months. And I only paid $3 million for it. And it's going to be worth $5 freaking million in a couple of months. And it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop. This is a wipe out of the middle class. And you better get on the right side of history. I mean, number one, feel good about what you're doing. Feel good that you're actually fighting back. Especially, I know I've got a lot of very successful people out there too. A lot of wealthy baby boomers are members of my project. And, you know, you stand with me in freedom and liberty. And you know what I'm about. You know that I'm God first. So is my Father. And we're here to empower people and to give you guys hope and to be the light workers that are actually putting in the work to accomplish the solutions that are needed to build America. You get it. But I just encourage you, my ballers especially. I've had a lot of you move up to 1,000 units. And by the way, those that have 1,000 units with islandproject.com get comped 30 days a year free of charge at any of our properties. Any of our luxury estates, you just book it with my team. Inquire with my father about that. You can look at our host of inventory. If you want more information on all the beautiful properties like this that we own, just call my father, Papa John, or leave him a text or voicemail at 808-442-2934. But all my ballers at the 1,000 unit level, get 30 days comped a year. Anywhere in the world. You just give us a call like, hey, Papa John, General Greene. Yeah, I want to be ski out Park City, Utah at the ranch. Here are the dates. Are they open? We're like, oh, yeah, looks like they're open, bro. Come on in. You don't have to stay at a hotel. You get to touch your own investment, and you are rewarded for being a baller. Same if you have 500 units, you get comped a certain amount of days, islandproject.com. If you have 250 units, you get comped a certain amount of days at islandproject.com. We don't have to do that. I just think it's super cool. I pick up all my people. I got my team picks you up in a white glove limo. And then once you get to your property, you got Blaze or one of these other badass $72,000 lifted vehicles, which I just bought here in Maui. I've got 3 I shipped to Oahu. And also, I even shipped a few to Arizona because I'm probably going to close on a place in Paradise Valley as well. I really like Arizona, especially we're seeing all this cluckness in New York. You know, I'm definitely staying out of New York and California and all those places, only putting our money, to work where we think it's, strategically in our best interest. But not only do you picked up white glove, Black Ops limo, you also have a badass Jeep sitting in your garage at every single freaking property, if not a Ferrari. So I've got 13 of those, 13 Jeeps as well. And guys, again, what's the point of getting rich? The point of getting rich is to own stuff like this. The only reason people want to get rich in Bitcoin, the only people want to get rich, only reason they want to get rich in crypto is to buy beach and oceanfront. That's the only point to getting rich. I mean, the point to getting rich, people want money to use it as a tool to make their life easier, to enhance their life. And if you ask most people, what would you do if you made $1 million a day? Most would be like, I'd buy a house. And if you're like, what kind of house would you buy? Well, I'd be like, I'd buy beachfront if I could afford it. Well, you can now with just 30,000. A simple 30 units, get your money out of the banks in a privately controlled asset before bank runs and during economic collapse. It's why I built the freaking project, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, it's an amazing day today. Got a massive workout in too. Got a little bit of an arm workout earlier. I love you guys. Stay blessed out there. There's tons and tons of opportunity, but you will miss it. You will miss it. Many of you will not get into XTZ. You will miss 16 to 20 bucks. You're going to miss a 10 to 20x in XTZ because you didn't listen. Just like many of you didn't listen to, what I was saying about Bitcoin. You're like, crap, Bitcoin's at $70,000 now, General? Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you could have gotten into it under 1,000. You've got to pay, if you've been watching me now, 70 times what I recommended in order to own Bitcoin. Many of you will never be able to afford a single Bitcoin in your entire freaking life from here on out, because once we crush 100K, it'll probably never go under 100K again. Ever. You're going to see Bitcoin wipe out the market caps of Apple computers, Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, ChatGPT, AI companies combined. Because guess what AI is? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is AI. I told you that from the beginning as well. Crypto is AI. What do you think we're using for Island Project blockchain? AI? Artificial intelligence? Blockchain. That's freaking what it is. That's what tokenized assets are. BlackRock just launched, because they've copied me now, and I'm looking into this. They also stole my BIDL slogan. They stole that. BIDL it and they will come. That's General Greene here. That's a trademark of my company's islandproject.com. BIDL it and they will come. They just launched a $100 million USDC tokenized asset fund because they're literally copying what I'm doing. See, we're ahead of BlackRock, but we're the good guys. And this is important to understand. So as America gets wiped out, as it gets taken over, as the middle class gets eradicated, right, as they push everybody to eating crickets, as the hyperinflation continues, oil skyrockets, gold skyrockets, stock skyrockets, NVIDIA skyrockets, Bitcoin skyrockets, XTZ skyrockets. The last thing that you don't want to miss, that you can actually become a founder today in our world-class project here with General Greene at islandproject.com and freaking Maui and Oahu and Park City and soon to be Thailand and Dubai, booyah, is this. In the second you invest today and click that link below and fund your first 30 units, you become a direct 100% equity share owner of this property right here. See it? Pretty badass, right? I'm going to be on the beach giving you a tour here in a few seconds. I'll show you that once I get out of the truck. Okay, I'll probably shoot another freaking video. You become an owner of that. You become an owner of our 5-acre property in Maui Buia, our spec home. You become a 100% equity owner in our $2.2 million Waikiki Booyah condo. You get access to all of our ecosystem, our private group. You know, we're going to do some cool things this year, too. I've got some plans in motion, which I'll be putting out a newsletter probably in the next day or two to our private membership detailing our roadmap, as I'm always updating our member investors. Also, property acquisition 4 and 5 are in active negotiations now. I've been sitting on a little bit more cash now that we've closed on 3 and 4. You know, we've got the spec now, just because, you know, we're in an election year and my father and I both agree, you know, we're very pragmatic in dollar cost averaging. We have funded over $11 million. So we have we've deployed $11 million in active investing from our $33.5 million fundraise thus far. We are 90% funded, which means you're not going to get in unless you fund today. I can't sell any more units than the 33,500. There's only 33,500 and it's non-dilutable. That was also very important to me, that our investors could not be diluted. That protects their investment. So does the no bank debt, because when the banks collapse, when all of them go to zero, when we get the bank runs and the capital controls, and now that we're in World War III, and we're expecting retaliation from Vladimir Putin, it's important that you have peace of mind that you're outside of the system that we know is failing, right? Because you all know the system is failing. So yes, live happy. XTZ up only. Tezos until you freaking Bezos, baby. The units are priced, coolest dude ever, at $1,000 per unit, but there's a 30 unit minimum, meaning there's a 30,000 unit or $30,000 equivalent USD minimum to get in. And we had to set those benchmarks because, of course, we launched our private placement 16 months ago or so, and we have to be in compliance with certain regulations here in the United States. So we had to set a certain minimum, you know, in order to launch this amazing project. So definitely go into our portal, islandproject.com, fill out a 5-minute app. You don't have to be an accredited investor. If there's any question you don't understand, just kind of walk through it. You can even pause and or call or text my dad at any point, but it's very easy to fill out. You can fund literally right now. I mean, I've been on camera for 17 minutes. You could have funded 5 times over already just watching this video. It's very, very easy to do. So I love all you. It's a beautiful day. Maybe I'll do another video from the beach here shortly. Also, it's Papa John's birthday coming up. Papa John is having a freaking birthday, guys, in the next couple of days. So I've got some plans for you, Papa John. It's going to be pretty fun. We've got a nice dinner planned, maybe a little bit more golf. You've been seeing some of the golf we've been doing out here in Maui Buia. So, you know, my other encouragement is, you know, live a great life. Be optimistic out there. Don't let these evil people take your power away from you. Don't let these evil people take your joy. That's what they want. You know, a lot of this media and the negativity and all this stuff you're reading about digitally and in the paper, so to speak, is there to steal your energy and your joy and your humanity. Like I argue all the time, they don't want you to be rich. They don't teach you how to make money. They don't want you to own this. I mean, they're literally against you. And you need to think about this. BlackRock doesn't want you to own this. They want it. Okay, do you think Jeff Bezos and others want you to own this? Of course not. They want to own it. That's why Jeff Bezos owns all of La Perouse in South Maui. He bought the whole freaking thing, and now he's closing it off to the public. They don't want you to own this. So know that you're a part of the resistance. When you buy fractional real estate with us, you're doing a good thing for the world. You're doing a beautiful thing for yourself. You're making tons of money. You're putting your money in a safe, stable asset during hyperinflation that's appreciating. And you own the best asset in the world with no bank debt. And you're voting with your wallet. You're getting your money out of JP Morgan Chase and all these companies that are hurt people, that were running the trafficking rings with Jeffrey Epstein and funding all that grotesque stuff. So you have an opportunity to vote with your wallet too, is what I'm saying. And No matter where you are in your success journey, maybe you're just in college and you're starting out. You just got your first 30K, but you can't afford a house. You know where the best place to put your money is? This. Because you'll buy real estate, and then in the future, as it appreciates, you want liquidity, sell it at a profit, buy your house. Take your 1000x profits and pay cash for your future house. Because if you're renting, you're losing. If you've got a mortgage, you're losing, honestly. If you're renting, your money's going into the toilet. So stop putting your money in the toilet and own real assets. Democratize. Fractional, 100% equity owned real estate, the best real estate in the world on the beach, which only, I can't say it's a guarantee, but I mean, take a look, guys, only appreciates. Maui real estate prices on the beach, it's a triple since 2020. 4 years, and it's been a triple, a freaking triple. You think you're ever going to get in? No, you won't. So unless you've got 3, 5, 10, $20 million, which some of you might, you'll never own something like this ever. Because 1 year from now, this $3 million acquisition is going to be worth 5. Our 5-acre farm will be worth over 30 million by itself independently that we closed on. It will. Just like all these properties. I'm going to give you a tour. I'm taking a look at a $17 million home right on the golf course on the next day or two. Might even take some photos. I'll give you a tour of it. 17 mil. And the buyers pay cash. There's endless, abundant money. There's been so much money made by the Federal Reserve printing inflation and cucking the American public in recent years that it's abundant. It's not even worth anything, guys. Like, this is what you need to understand. The cash in your wallet is trash. It is absolute trash. And we have a word for it. If you deal in fiat, it means you're poor. This is wealth right here. This is wealth. This is wealth. I'm here to make you rich. So I love you guys. God bless all of you tuning in. But realize this is what's happening. This was the plan. This was the design. And we've created a solution to change and impact your life in a positive way. During what I believe is probably worst case scenarios, probably the worst of the worst case events I'm expecting out of Russia, Ukraine, China as a postures for Taiwan. We have Pentagon officials warning that China will be taking Taiwan by at least 2027, but I believe it's much, much sooner. There's actually a very famous Navy SEAL and former operative that agrees with me on that, because why would you wait? No, you do it right now during the chaos of the election. That's when you would do it. That's absolutely when you would do it. And yes, hey, Bob, what's up, man? 100% Tezos is going to 10 to 20x. 100%. A lot of people are like, Christopher, what happened to your other picks? They're up huge, dude. Like, if you looked at my other picks recently, Ajax pulled 1,000x. It pulled 1,000x, bro. Jesus Coin went 100x since I recommended it. 100x since May 16th, 2023. Go take a look at it. It was under 500K, soared to 80 million. Keep your eye on it. It's 20% up today. My other pick, ICP, pulled a 4x just in recent months. It's up 22% today. How about them apples? How about that, Jack? So again, guys, I'm always early. I'm always giving you freebies, telling you how to get rich. The problem is a lot of you don't have any staying power. You're weak. You're emotional. You're emotional, right? It's like the Godfather movie when that one guy that's supposed to be the singer starts crying and the Godfather slaps him in the face, tells him he's acting like a woman, because that's how most people invest. They're like, oh, I can't handle the volatility, Christopher. Then don't expect to get rich. Expect to be broke if you're weak, if you don't want to work, if you don't want to hustle. Okay, you don't build big biceps by not going to the gym. You got to go to the gym and freaking lift, dude. So again, don't be weak. Be strong. This is our biggest year in 2024. You know, the beauty of it, all glory to God, is we've put in such major work. We've put in all the work in the bear market. I mean, I've been building Island Project I planned for it, up to 5 years ago, then launched 16 months ago. Now we've deployed 11 million. We've done all the labor and the heavy lifting for you. Honestly, as I've talked about, like, it's pretty incredible to think about from the standpoint is, what am I trying to say here? New investors that get into Island Project aren't even taking a risk anymore because we've already taken all the risk for you and built the darn thing. Like, we already have the assets, guys. It's not an idea. It's sitting right there. Like, take a look and come visit. Like, there is no risk. I mean, I got to say there is risk. Read my terms, blah, blah, blah. But we've already built it. We've already proven the haters and the naysayers wrong. Bitcoin has already sailed to new all-time highs. We're already freaking rich. This is what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, Christopher, I think Bitcoin's going to crash. Even if Bitcoin crashed to zero today, it wouldn't matter. We're already rich. Like, you understand that. We already bought Bitcoin under 1,000 and we're freaking loaded now. And we've already deployed the capital into real estate with no bank debt. So we're loaded. Even if all crypto goes to zero, it won't matter for us at all. All my members are sitting pretty, making money and cash flows every single year because we were smarter than the politicians. That were lying to you. We were smarter than BlackRock. We were all and are all smarter than the general population. I knew Charlie Munger was lying. And so I did the opposite of what he advised. I knew the mainstream media was full of it. So guys, you need to understand we've already won. It's only you have won. The only people losing are the American people, not smart enough to buy real assets, not smart enough to buy Bitcoin, not smart enough to deploy capital on their first 30 units a day, not smart enough to buy XTZ and other cryptos. They're the only people losing. Because if you go to your computer or cell phone right now and check on the price of Bitcoin, 70K, brah. 70 freaking K. Soon to be 150K, then 2 to 3 million. I'm telling you guys, it'd be bigger than Apple computers. It's going to be bigger than Amazon. I've said that from day freaking one. You ain't bullish enough. You're not bullish enough. You have no idea the price of Bitcoin during fiat dollar collapse and the destruction of the old hegemonic order of the petrodollar. You have no idea how valuable Bitcoin is and how valuable it will be, especially during war. Where do you want to put your money during war? You want to get it outside of the banks, man. You want to get it outside of the system. So, like, my point is, while many of you have been listening to the naysayers, you're still broke. Let it sink in. Many of you that have listened to the naysayers are still broke, but you could have been rich. But here's the point. You still can be rich by changing your mindset today, by realizing that you have unlimited power through God, by taking aggressive action and betting on yourself and investing in yourself at islandproject.com. Deploy the 30 units, guys. Get in now while you still can. It's not even an option at this point. Like, you're going to lose everything in the banks. You do realize this. If you've got money in a 401k, expect it to sink to zero, worse than 2008 and 09. Your retirement accounts are going down. But you can own this and have it go up. It's real simple, guys. It's real simple. This always has an appraised value. It doesn't matter if the banking system collapses. There is no debt on this. It always has appraised value, and it always has rental cash flows, making it valuable, and it always has a roof, always making it physically freaking valuable. But a bank, oh, expect those to go to zero. Expect bank runs. Expect stocks to sink. Expect the next Credit Suisse to possibly be Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, and Citibank. Just fire 20% of its staff. That's the truth. So again, you need to play this. You need to play the hand that you've been given and realize, well, it's obvious now. I mean, these are just facts that are provable facts, that what I've been telling you has been the 100% unadulterated, hard-hitting in your face freaking truth. And now we're all rich because we took our own advice. So take the advice you know is good for you. Turn off your freaking TVs. Call Papa John or text him at 808-442-2934 and go ahead and fund immediately at islandproject.com. Nice crib, isn't it? It's one of four, guys. No bank debt. Millions of dollars deployed right there. You're welcome. You're welcome. It is an honor to serve all of you. 11:02 a.m. Maui Booyah. Generals over and out. Buy XTZ. Get in. Islandproject.com. Tezos. Tell you, Bezos. Read our terms and disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just super diamond nuts rich who got Bitcoin 100% right, continues to get right, and just closed on his third multi-million-dollar condo with no bank debt, who's soon to tokenize a multi-billion-dollar blockchain and absolutely take out BlackRock. Because we're fighting for freedom, liberty, and we are the new America. The digital know is art. OnTheProject.com. Links below.